Teachers have begun to implement the use of cell phones in their classes, such as the use of calculators, ebook apps, or any other apps that would help with the class. But some teachers still believe that the use of cell phones will inevitably be a distraction. This was the roof Joe Smith was repairing when he slipped and fell 20 feet to his death. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration is expected to arrive on the scene shortly in order to investigate the working conditions on the roof at the time of the accident. OSHA officials have no comment at this time about whether they suspect any safety violations. For now, the Pines Hollow Road to the building is closed to preserve any evidence. Reporting live from St. Charles, I'm Daniel Matt, Lindenwood News. Thanks, Ava. The fire started in a storeroom on the 4th floor around 2 o'clock, but it wasn't discovered until thick smoke started billowing onto the sales floor. That's when a customer immediately alerted a Kaufman's cashier, who immediately dialed 911. Team Ambition is a wrestling studio established by Davey Richards. Richards says the studio has been a positive influence for his students.
It's really been incredible. I didn't plan on starting a wrestling school when I came back to wrestling. I just kind of walked into a gym that I thought my buddy owned, but he had since, got out of the business. These guys really needed a coach, and I needed a team, and it just clicked. And we have a lot of people here from East St. Louis and North St. Louis, and they're really finding through wrestling. They're avoiding a lot of negative things, but also starting to make some money to give their family a better life.
Tonight, the studio is working on technical wrestling training as well as strength and conditioning. The studio also provides lessons for microphone skills as well as fundamentals for beginners. While the studio is small, it has quickly built a large class size in less than a year of starting. Students say that the studio has become a second home to them.
We're like a shoot family. To be honest, they're the ones that keep me going, especially like mentally, emotionally, and all that. I love being here. This is like my scapegoat. They're literally my scapegoat. This is my family.
Down here at Team Ambition, we were really like a family. We bond together, we train together, we work hard to build each other up. To us, this is what we want to do. This is all that we want to do. So we encourage each other, we push each other the hardest that we could possibly push each other to be the best.
Richard says the studio has been quickly welcomed by the St. Louis wrestling community and hopes it becomes a recognizable and reputable brand.
I feel very intricately a part of St. Louis. I'm also a Lindenwood alumni, so I'm very tied to this place. To where now, when I'm announced for wrestling, I don't even say Seattle, I say St. Louis.
Richard says the studio has brought him closer to St. Louis than ever before. From Lindenwood News, I'm Daniel Matt. Extreme Krav Maga in Fenton teaches the Israeli martial art of Krav Maga created by Emi Lichtenfeld. Trainer Eric Isaacs explains how it's different from other forms of fighting.
What we do is basically we're going to hurt you, put you in the hospital so that we can go home safe. It's a little bit more straight to the point. There's no rules on the street, and so there's no rules really whenever it comes to Krav Maga. We'll do eye gouges and throat punches and groin kicks.
The studio also provides classes for self-defense against weapons such as knives and guns. Techniques can be taught in as few as 3 steps. Students say that while the lessons are simple, they can see the practicality.
They're realistic, they prep you for real world scenarios. That's it's not like an MMA class, it's not kickboxing where you're training for a competition. This trains you for realistic situations. You're going home, you're walking home from the bar, you're walking out to your parked car. This is designed to keep you safe, and that's the atmosphere that we like to set here.
The studio has a large demographic of students from mothers and sons to young adults. Students say that for college students especially, Krav Maga can get them out of tricky situations.
There's just so many different potential situations out there that you could find yourself in a college and college scenes. So getting out here, getting involved in some training, you don't have to do this for 10 years for you to become effective at it,
Isaac says that many come in daunted by the idea of Krav Maga, but that classes are well-paced and quick to understand.
We go through all of our combatives, so straight punches, elbows, hammer fist, knees, and then we teach you a technique to wrap it all together. You can come in and get a good workout if that's what you're looking for, is just a workout. If you're really looking for something for self-defense, Krav Maga is the way to go.
Isaacs believes Krav Maga is important for everyone to learn, even if it's a single technique. From Lindenwood News, I'm Daniel Matt. A man is shot in the chest late Sunday night in South St. Louis. Officials say the man was shot sometime before midnight in the 7700 block on Alaska Avenue. Police have not released the name or the age of the victim at this time. Police do not have a suspect yet either, but they say the Homicide Division is set to begin their own investigation. 2 cell phone stores in St. Peters are robbed in Monday's early morning hours. An AT&T store on the 3800 block of Veterans Memorial Parkway was hit around 2:30 a.m. Shortly after, a Verizon store less than half a mile away experienced a similar break-in. The robbers smashing the front windows and stealing phones at both stores. Officials say both burglaries took 30 seconds each and say 3 or 4 suspects were involved. Police are still investigating. A new highway memorial sign is dedicated to a fallen St. Louis firefighter. The new highway sign in South St. Louis County honors the memory of firefighter Benjamin J. Polson. The sign was officially dedicated on Sunday morning at McKenzie Road near Watson Road. Polson died after battling a vacant house fire in North St. Louis in January. The St. Louis Fire Chief hopes drivers recognize the significance of the new sign. And finally, the locally owned nonprofit organization called Unlimited Play announces plans to build a new playground in South St. Louis. Unlimited Play was founded in 2007 after its founder built a playground in Lake St. Louis to honor her son who passed the year before. The organization has since built over 80 playgrounds across North America, made for children with and without physical disabilities. The new playground is nearly halfway to its fundraising goal of $300,000. Those interested can donate at unlimitedplay.org.